Thank you for joining us on Let's Meet the Author, the online show that introduces self-published authors to the world. Let's join the conversation with our host Galene and today's guest author.
Hello, it's me, Galene, your host from the Let's Meet the Author show. Thank you for joining us tonight. Tonight, I have another child author. That's right, another child author. He is an accomplished self-published author. And guess what? He's only 9. That's right, only 9 years old. This young man has already have his own website already. All right, and he's an accomplished self-published author. So let me stop talking about him and let me bring him on the show. Hello, Ayden.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
That's good. Thank you for coming on the show.
No problem.
I appreciate it. So you've written a book called The Little Prophet, Hearing God's Voice.
Yes.
Right? That's super exciting. So how long did it take you to write this book?
I would say about 2.5 years.
2.5 years. Nice. It has a lot of information in it. And it's very colorful. I like it. And also, I have not seen a child author's book where you have activities for them to do. Now, even though he's only 9, all right, and this book, from what I understand, because I went through it, whether you're an adult, whether you're a teenager, whether you're a child, you can use this book. You can go ahead and read it. You can apply it. It's very easy to follow along. So, did you, we're going to talk about the book, but I just want you to answer one question. Did you intend for people to follow through the book and write notes in here?
Yeah, I did want to have some sort of activity for them to do, or something that's really engaging.
I like it because, like I said, anyone can use it, and it's just not a book that you just read. It has different activities in it, and I like it. And it also comes with a teacher's guide, which we're going to soon talk about. But I want you to talk a little bit more about yourself. But before we do, we're going to go straight into author's pick. All right, this is one of my favorite parts of the show, where we get to hear the author read a certain part of their book. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's now time for author's pick.
Hi, my name is Ayden, and today I will be reading from The Little Prophet, Hearing God's Voice. Hi, my name is Ayden, and I'm a prophet. I've been learning so many things about my gift, and I want to share what I've learned. Did you know that God has given us all gifts? They come in many different forms. Some people sing, dance, speak, play instruments, or own a business. I want you to know that you can have a gift too. Some of you have prophetic gifts just like me. This book will help you discover what makes prophets so special.
There you have it, straight from the prophet's mouth, a reading from his book. So, Ayden, all right, so you pretty much introduced yourself, right, when you did your reading, and then you also spoke about what your book is about, right? So now tell me, why do you think writing this book was so important? Why did you feel the need to write the book?
So some kids at my school were, let's just say, not so good, and I wanted them to get God's perspective so God could help them in life.
You know what? That's a great characteristic to have, because even when other kids are not so great, or even when they bully, sometimes you want to retaliate. Whether you're a kid or grown up, we want to retaliate. But you decided, you know what? No, I want to go ahead and have them see themselves from God's perspective. That's a pretty big deal. That's a pretty big deal. I believe your book does that, right? You also talk about how there's different gifts that God gives, right? You mentioned they sing. Some gifts are singing, dancing, speaking, playing instruments, or owning a business. Do you feel like all these gifts are important?
Yes, especially during the younger age, when you start to get to teenager range.
Yeah. Why do you feel it's important? Why do you feel it's important to recognize the gift that God has given you?
So you can make a living out of it and show it to the world.
I like that. I definitely like it. And so you're a prophet, right?
Yes.
When did you discover, you know what, that your God-given talent, your God-given gift as a prophet, when did you discover that? Because you're only 9. He's only 9, you guys, and yet he's a prophet. So when did you discover that?
Mostly when I was around 3 or 4 age, I started drumming.
Ah, when you say drumming, as in playing drums?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
And it would be kind of fun, and I would visit my local church and try to play with the musicians there.
Nice. So not only are you a prophet, you're also a prophet who played drums.
Yes.
And you're pretty good at it since you've been playing since you said 3?
12 months.
12 months? So I'm gonna have to verify that with his mom, you guys. 12 months. 12 months. That's a lot of talent. We'll be right back. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We are on the show, the Let's Meet the Author show, with author Ayden, the author of The Little Prophet, Hearing God's Voice. Stay with us.
Your donations are needed to support the production of the Let's Meet the Author show. We interview talented self-published authors and expose them to the world. Thank you so much for your generous contributions. All donations are tax deductible. And now, back to the Let's Meet the Author show.
Thank you for staying with us. We are here with 9-year-old child author Ayden, who has already written a book. All right, it comes in a bundle. We'll talk about that soon. But it's titled The Little Prophet, Hearing God's Voice. So because I like to look at titles because I feel like they give just a brief synopsis of your book. So you purposely put The Little Prophet, Hearing God's Voice. You could have just titled it The Little Prophet, but you purposely put Hearing God's Voice. So apparently that has to be important, right? Why do you think hearing God's voice is important?
It's important because most of the time you want to do your own things, do this and that, but God has your gift and He wants to show you how to use it or make it real.
You are a young man wise. You are a very wise man beyond your years. I'll give you that. That's very important. So hearing God's voice is so you can listen to it and also use the gifts that He's given you. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yes, I agree. In your book, you talk about what prophets do. They read the Bible, they teach, all right? They also have visions and dreams. So, and they also, like you say, they hear God's voice and they speak at many places. So, is there anything else that prophets do or that you see yourself doing as a child prophet?
Well, mostly praying when you're going to sleep or when you're just waking up. Or when you're having a hard time, I would go into a quiet place like your bedroom or a living room and just talk to God for a minute.
There you go. What do you think would be, what do you think is God's answer would be? So let's say there's kids out there, because we're hoping kids are watching it, not only kids, adults are watching the show. How would a child know that they're listening to God's voice?
Well, I would explain it like you would hear a voice in your head, like when you're thinking. You have, you know how you would have thoughts, you would hear it in your head.
Nice. So I know for sure that you pray to God and you ask Him to speak to you. Has He answered you?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Can you give one example of when He has? If you don't mind. I know I'm going a little bit deeper, but give me a question that you've asked or a prayer that you've asked and He's answered it.
Yeah, one time I was supposed to drum at a church and I was really nervous because it was like a big church.
I agree, yeah, especially in front of everyone, yeah.
Yeah, and the night before I was praying to God that He would help me and make sure I know the songs.
Yep.
And yeah, I did it.
And He answered it?
Yes.
Nice. I wish I had like a little drum like on the set, because I would love to hear you drum. I really would. So in his book, you guys, he has illustrations, all right? So On this side, he had illustrations, and they're colorful. I love it. All right, and then he has the different words. So I'm assuming that you're the young man in the book, right?
Yes.
So this is you. So this is him visiting the hospital. Why do you feel that there's a need to visit different places? Because usually the prophecy gift, all right, as we all know, is usually used in the church, right? That's where it's most of the time dominant. But in this one, you have yourself visiting someone in the hospital. Is this your mom?
Yes.
Ah, okay. All right. So why do you feel like you need to visit hospitals? Why do you feel like you need to share your gift with anyone?
To really pray for the people in the hospital. Because, no one deserves to be hurt or sick.
You're right. You're right.
And I think they should really be helped so they can recover and see their family.
I agree. I agree. You have a good heart. You really do, because we all know, right? 9-year-olds, any kid, whether 8, 9, 12, 13, 16, or even adults, don't take the time out to, one, pray, listen to God's voice, and then actually act on it, right? But you do that. You pray, all right, because you realize, all right, hey, he's going to answer my prayer, and then you see it answered, and then you go and you act upon it. All right, so we got some more good stuff for you. Stay with us. We're going to take a short commercial break. We'll be right back.
Are you tired of paying too much money each month just to watch television? Besides, cable TV is dying. Sign up today for our new IPTV service, with 5 plans to choose from, starting at just $20 a month. That's right, $20 a month, and you can start enjoying all the latest movies, all your favorite TV shows, and all the premium movie channels that cable TV would charge you an arm and a leg for. Our IPTV service has been rated as one of the top internet television providers in the country, providing quality programming from around the world. So sign up today and start saving your money.
Thank you for staying with us. And we're going to go ahead and just ask Ayden a few more questions, because I'm interested. He's a very intriguing person, and I want to get to know him just like I know you guys want to get to know him. So you've already told us, okay, all the different things that prophets do, all right? So walk me through a day in Ayden's shoes. What can I expect? So you get up, you eat breakfast, and then take it from there. What do you do?
I usually get in the car to go to school, or do my math, bell work, and then usually when I get back from home, I do my homework, or I watch TV, or I play video games.
Okay, so so you're just another typical kid, right? But you're a prophet. Nice. Okay. Have you ever met another child prophet?
No, not currently yet. I'm hoping that I would meet someone in the future, and I was hoping that I would create an event for young prophets.
Oh, so you say you want to create an event?
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about that. What type of event? Am I allowed there?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Whew. I was hoping I was going to get an invitation. All right. So Ayden, so tell me what type of event it would be, because this, for a 9-year-old to plan an event, that's pretty big. So let's talk about it.
So I would plan a meetup, or a discussion of what our future plans are.
Nice. Is there going to be food there?
Yes.
Food is very important, right? Okay, cool. So is this event open for all prophets, or is it all true? Is there an age limit?
I would say around 13 and younger.
Nice. Why 13 and younger?
Because when you start to higher ages, they talk about more deeper stuff.
Gotcha. Got it. So you're just trying to keep it on your level, like your age appropriate level.
Yeah.
That's good thinking. That's really good thinking, because at a meeting you want to engage everyone, right? So you don't want anyone to be bored. That makes sense. So what's the youngest? What's the youngest age that can attend this meeting?
I would say around 8.
8? Not bad. And remind me, how long you've known that you were a prophet?
About 4 years now.
4 years now. And how long have you been a prophet?
3 years.
3 years. Nice. So when you first discovered, so I want to know this part because I've never met a child prophet, right? So this is pretty neat. When you first discovered, hey, I'm a prophet, right? Because I want to know. I know you guys want to know. I'm 9, right? Because when I was 9, I was reading. I stayed in the house. I read, and so I wish everybody would read, but that's me. So you're 9. So no, you would be what? Let me calculate my math. 5 or 6, right? When you're like, okay, so what happened? What made you say, oh, I'm a prophet? Or, oh my gosh, Lord, am I really a prophet? So talk to me about that.
Yeah, I really discovered it when I was at church and I was getting baptized.
Okay. And then did God speak to you, or did you just how did you know? How did you know?
I was like, yeah, God really spoke to me and really figured it out with his help.
There you go. And from what I understand, you also have your mom backing you up. She's your biggest advocate. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes. From what I understand, she also helped co-star in the book, right? So did you? I want to know because I'm a mom as well, right? So I want to know, did mom write this and you're taking the credit, or did you write it and she just helped out?
I wrote 3/4 of it and she wrote the rest. The activity, she wrote that.
Nice. Okay. So you did the hard part. She just did the easy part, right?
Yeah.
I believe it. I know it. You're a very smart man. I believe it. So we're going to take another break. We'll be right back.
Hi, I have a very important announcement to make to anyone who loves books and loves to read, or anyone who is a fan of writers and loves supporting Black self-published authors. Let me be the first to introduce you to the Let's Meet the Author show. Our host Galeen interviews authors and digs deep into their books, and most importantly, the conversation is not only about their book, but the turning point that led them to write the book. You are invited on behalf of our producer, Alice Newsom, and our team, Tiffany, Michael, Shira, Eric, Samaya and China, and our supporting team members to join us every Tuesday evening at 7:00 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube and Instagram. Join our group and get notified each time we broadcast, so consider this a personal invitation to join the conversation, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.
Thank you for staying with us through our commercial break. Guess what I discovered behind the scenes? So, Ayden, how old are you now?
I'm 9.
9. How old when you wrote this book?
7.
7. So really, technically, a 7-year-old wrote a book, and I have not written a book. That's pretty sad. All right, so 7-year-old. He's 9 now, and when he wrote this book, he was 7 years old. 7. All right, that's literally what, 2nd grade? 2 years from kindergarten. I'm amazed, and that's awesome. So, in the 2 years since you've written the book, all right, how have you grown? What advice do you give to other 7-year-olds or 9-year-olds?
I would really say what would be happening, how would God help them? How could God affect them, and how they would live their life, and how you would see things differently.
So we as grown-ups, right, we tend to make our prayers very specific, right? Lord, I want a house, or I want my kids to start acting right. I'm pretty sure you are a fine young man and never give your mom any problems, right? Gonna say yes?
Yes.
So what type of prayers would a child ask God for?
I would typically ask him for forgiveness when I did some things bad, or
Okay.
when you're having a hard time in your math or social studies
Yeah.
or ELA.
What's ELA?
English language arts.
Got it. Okay. All right. Got it. So, so pretty much is that you can ask, as a kid, I can ask God for anything, right? Whether to help me on my tests, whether to help me find out what gift I have in school, What about with bullying? Because I know it's prevalent right now. There's a lot of bullying. Is that something that you feel like God would intervene in?
Yes, I feel that he would take things a nice way instead of getting in a fight or anything.
I agree. Okay. So I have my copy. Oh, I forgot to mention. All right. His book also comes with a teacher's guide. All right. And I'm about to have him explain where you can find his book as well as the teacher's guide. So I have my own copy. Where can they get their own copy?
They could find it on Amazon or at my wife's website. On Amazon, it is only $12. It doesn't really cost that much.
I agree. And does it come with, and it comes like a bundle, right? So you get the book, the teacher's guide, and the CD. Thank you for reminding me, the CD. All right, and like you said, you heard from the prophet's mouth. Only how much, Ayden?
$12.
$12. There we go. All right. So one more thing, Ayden. I don't know if you watched the other shows. I hope you have, but there's always something I always ask my authors to do before they leave the set, is to give the audience, all right, give the nation, give the world, give your classmates, because they might be watching this, give them a quote, something that they're going to remember Prophet Ayden by. So go ahead, hit them with it.
Never get really focused on the bad things, because when you focus on the bad things, then things will start to get worse. When you focus on the good things, things start to get brighter and better.
There you go. I like that. So I just want one more thing. Why do the quote you did, that's very impactful. Why do you think that's important?
Because when you focus on the bad things, you don't always see the good things in life.
I agree.
And you start to feel upset.
I agree. And all we want is just positivity, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, you guys heard it from Prophet Ayden himself. All right. Technically 7-year-old child author. All right. Because he wrote this book 2 years ago. So before we leave the show, I want to leave you guys with a quote of my own. All right. Books are like open doors. Open one up. Start your own journey. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
The Let's Meet the Author show is a production of Blue Rock Media Incorporated, in association with Eagle-EyeVideomaker, and is made possible with generous donations by viewers like you.